that the games begin. I'm doing a relatively long trip on my fixed gear bike, and getting on was a challenge with these straps. I quickly learned that the right one can be tight, but the left strap has to be loose so that I can quickly pull my foot out, you know, when I need to stop, because I usually stop with my left foot on the ground. So the plan is to do 12 kilometers and so yeah, getting on is a challenge because your pedals keep moving. Shifting yourself on the saddle is a challenge because, you know, you try to stand on your pedals to move your weight. Let's say you want to have a more comfortable position with you know, where your butt sits, but as soon as you try to stand up, you forget that the pedals are moving. So it's not easy. Nobody mentioned this on the videos I used to watch. Mostly they were saying that fixxies, you have to remember to pedal fast when you know, when you go downhill, of course, because you cannot stop pedaling. And then braking, you use your legs you know, trying to slow down, but there's no freewheeling, right? But these little things I did not anticipate. Getting on the bike is much more difficult, and getting off the bike, especially with the straps. And so I made sure that my left one is loose so I can quickly get the foot out. And yeah, so there's no freewheeling. By the way, I left a review for the fixxie, what is it called, xFixxie bikes, and the guys were super happy that they replied. They said, "Oh, thank you for your kind words." And I told them, I said, yeah, everything was cool, except I did not like how Canpar, the courier company, handled the package. There were some holes in the box, and these guys said, yeah, we tried them before and we were not happy, so they said we're gonna be switching to Purelator and UPS. So, like, for example, now I'm trying to brake and I still have to pedal, which is so counterintuitive, you know. Like, for example, now I'm going downhill. I'll probably just stop pedaling, but on this one you can't. But there's something in this, I really want to crack this. The good thing is that my bike has 2 cock sets in the back, and these guys did not mention this. So I can flip the wheel. If I flip the rear wheel, I can get a free wheel cog, so then I can stop pedaling. Like, for example, now, why would I want to pedal going down, but I can't stop, you know? I'm trying to see how it works. Yeah, you see, I'm slowing down, I'm pushing down, and I can slow down. But shifting in the saddle is a challenge, like I mentioned, and stopping and getting on and off. And when you're braking, you still have to pedal, right? Because that's how it works. But this bike is, I told them actually, I told the xFixxie guys, I said, your $700 bike feels more quality than my $2,000 All City. And they were super happy to hear that. And this is, it's basically like a race bike. It's you know, kind of like what they used to race on a track. Like, I love the steering wheel, the handlebars, I mean, sorry, not the steering, handlebars. They're a bit too low, but that's what it's supposed to be. On your right. And this bike somehow feels faster, even though the axle ratio is so the front cog is 46, has 46 teeth, and the rear one has 16. So it's 2.8 something rotations of the wheel for one rotation of the pedals, whereas on my All City I have 44 to 15, which is slightly faster. And of course they said on this bike you gotta be careful when going around corners, because on a normal bike, right, when you going fast around the corner, you can always stop pedaling and just keep your pedals in the middle. But on this one, if you turn too sharp, you risk hitting the ground with one of your pedals. And that's why actually on this one I'm apprehensive to ride fast, because I'm not sure yet that I'll be able to stop. On your left. But yeah, this bike, I don't know, it feels faster. Maybe because the tires are smaller, I don't know. But something about this bike is really excites me. But still, it's kind of like interesting that you have to, I'm using my handle brakes, my my hand brake, sorry, and I still have to pedal. Like, it's so counterintuitive, you know. It's kind of like in a car, you hit the brake but you still have to hit gas, you know. How does that make sense? Well, basically it just means that this is a super old technology, but that's what makes this bike a bit, you know, so unusual. Man, okay, now there's nothing in the front, I can push it. And these tires, I asked the guys at the Bike and Brew who were doing the assembly, I said, what's the pressure? I said 40 psi like on my All City. And the guy looked at the tires and he says, no, this one he says keep it at least at 70. Holy moly, 70 psi. Okay, so we're going downhill and I still have to pedal, but now I'm trying to figure out, I can push, you know, when the pedal goes up in the second, like in the back there, I can push with my feet, or with my legs rather, down, and it is slowing down, but it takes a long time. But which is interesting is that on this bike you exercise different muscles of your legs. See, now I was able to get my left foot out. I don't remember if there's a sidewalk on the other side. No sidewalk. Shoot, that's not good. Well, we'll have to go on the road. Very fast. I didn't take my phone with me, so I have no idea what my speed is, but it feels like close to 30 clicks an hour. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of it. So see, I was pushing it, now I'm just, plus it's a little bit of a hill here, so now I just pretty much not touching the pedals. I just let them rotate and the bike slows down. See, so it works. Just like one, I think a lady was doing a video about this, and she said you have to anticipate, you know, like obstacles. But so this is my T trail, and the plan is to get to airport trail. Airport trail. That one should have You should have sidewalk. So like, how do you put your foot into the strap? Because the pedals keep moving, right? So I'm slowing myself down with my legs and with the brakes. So I know here there'll be a sidewalk going east on the airport trail. My strap in, we're good to go. And why am I doing this long detour? Is because last time I tried that little road in the middle of the field, but it's super busy, there's no shoulders, people are super impatient, and if there's a bike, there's not enough space, so they have to wait till pass you, and so they get totally nuts. But right off this airport trail is the beginning of the rotary trail. Oh, see, there's a sidewalk here. Oh, actually you can stand up. All right. You know, when you go over some bumps, you can stand up, but you have to be ready that the pedals keep moving. All right, so now this is much safer. And the next set of lights, I'm turning right, and they just need to cross the road, because I just went there to pick up a package into the same area. Finally, my pressure washer has arrived from China. It took about a month, but so now I can start a little pressure washer hustle on the side. But I haven't opened up the box yet. I have no idea if the hoses are compatible with my kitchen faucet. I know I have power. I have power in my patio, and I have a long extension cable. But yeah, I mostly got it for situations when, you know, somebody returns my car from a rental 10 p.m. and then the next guy wants it at 10 a.m. on the next day. And most coin car washes in my area, they close at 10. And I'm sick and tired of washing the mats in my bathtub, you know. So this way I can wash the outside of the car. I have a vacuum, I can vacuum inside, and then I can pressure wash the floor mats. And the last thing I gotta do is take my, you know, cleaning spray and washed and cleaned up all the rubber surfaces, like the dashboard, the doors, the panels at the bottom, and that's it. So then I don't need anybody. I can do everything by myself. So yeah, so I'm a T-trail to airport trail. So this is much better. Yeah, the seat is not super comfortable. It's too narrow, even though this is the upgraded version. I wonder what you get as a default. Probably like the size of a fist. But I know which one I like, so I might just go back to what is called mountain equipment, or even bike and brew. No, it was cheaper at the mountain equipment. That the same saddle I have on my All City. And actually, when I hold hands like this, it's pretty comfortable. But if I want to go faster, kind of like, you know, lying down, I think it's good. Maybe I'll tilt this a little bit this way to raise this a little bit to get them closer. I think all you have to do is just this, 2 screws in here, and then this should flip up. And I checked on Google Maps, so if I go on that rotary path till McKnight Boulevard exit, that will be 12.6 kilometers. So it'll be 23, which is the longest Iowa road. On your left. Thank you. All right, so now I have to cross these. Oh, maybe I should, I think there's a sidewalk there. Oh yeah, okay, this is finishes here. Oh, it's open in the middle, perfect. I'll just go in the middle. Can you let me go? Thank you. You see that pole? That's where it starts here. Okay, little hill, no big deal. And the sign over there says Rotary Matami Greenway, straight. All right. I know over here it's a bit tricky. I looked on the map and it goes like all over the place, left and right. But somewhere ahead there should be another sign. Saddle Crest Green. Saddle Crest Landing. We're coming to a stop sign and there's no signs. So which way do I go? No signs. Yeah, if I raise these, they'll be much closer. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna mess with the height of the pole itself. All right, where is it? Oh, okay, I see a sign on the left. Which way is it pointing? Rotary Matami Greenway. So I'm guessing straight. Yeah, because there's houses in there, there's no exit. Yeah, remember over there you're able to see the road, the airport trail. Oh, over there. Cool. I see the pole on the left. It's this one on the left here. There we go. And looking straight ahead is that road that I took before, the one I mentioned that it's super narrow and no shoulders. That would be much faster to take that one from Country Hills, but it's just so dangerous, you know? Okay, definitely getting the saddle. This is too small. So yeah, even after like, what is it, 15 minutes? Yeah, that's why I would cross. I grab the bike and I run across the dirt. But man, finally the freedom of a genuine bike path. So that's the ramp towards the ring road, because the airport trail just ends at the Stoney trail, the ring road. Well, at least now there's no cars. I'm all by myself. Me and the bike. I love this bike, man. And a friend of mine says, well, when you get tired of it, you can always flip the rear wheel and change it to a freewheel bike. And I said, what would be the point? I already have a freewheel bike, pretty much the same as this one, except this one has racing tires, you know, like more narrow tires, and it seems a bit lighter. On your right. Yeah, and my bells are coming from China any day now. This bike kicks ass. What the? Obstacle. All right. So that bridge over there, that's the flyover over, I keep mixing them up. What is it, 88th Avenue or 80th Avenue? 80 or 88? That's the one that's still closed to traffic because there's no road on the other side. I never saw some stupidity like this, where they build a bridge before they build the road. And the sign under the bridge says McKnight, what is it, 3.6? Yeah, 3.6. On your left. Fuck. Why are we walking in the middle of the road? Yeah, definitely need the belt. Fuck. And again, I took just by instinct, I stopped pedaling. You know, kind of like on a freewheeling bike, right? I stopped pedaling. And of course the pedals keep pulling my feet. Man, yeah, this will... I'm getting better, but this is really like night and day compared to modern bikes. But that's what they use, you know, for racing on tracks, right? Where there's no turns per se. You just ride around the big circle. Okay, I see, I stopped pedaling, I just move my feet together with the pedals, and right away yeah, I see there's still a barrier over here. Still a barrier. Oh, maybe it's open for pedestrians over there. All right, let's see what this thing can do. that. So I'm bringing my GoPro, bringing my laptop. So we'll be doing lots of videos, but I'm landing there on the 6th, I think, and my flight back is on the 14th. So not that much time. So we'll be busy. And the first stop will be Edinburgh, because that's where my plane lands. And my friend says there's a lot of cool places to see over there. So that's going to be the first stop. Do some sightseeing and photography in Edinburgh. A woman went for a walk with a cigarette. Yeah, it's all uphill here. Lots of prairie dogs. Разгончик. Freaking wind. many people are walking. That means that at least you can get across, because all those people there, they have like one gas station and maybe one grocery store. That was good. That's it. That's the airport trail ramp. So let's really piss some people off, and I'll go on that shortcut with this bike. And we'll see how many people will flip me off. Yeah, normally over here on my freewheel bike, I'm just cruising down. But so now we're braking and we're pedaling. Again, that's like mind-boggling. And a lot of people actually, when they ride these fixxies, they don't even get the brakes. Well, they have one on the front wheel, but they don't have anything on the rear. And then they use their feet against their tire to stop, like some crazy stuff you can see on YouTube. So I haven't decided yet, shall I touch this? Actually, these bars, the way they are, it makes it cool, you know, to lay down like this, because then it supports your hands. But I still think it will be better if it was just slightly towards me, because this is a bit far. So we'll see if I can fix it, loosening these two screws. So this is the first relatively long trip on my fixxie, and I only rode it 2 times before. Once in the hallway when I almost fell down twice, and then the other day I went around the block a couple of times when I did that video, and that's it. I never had a bike like this in my life. So definitely takes some getting used to. Climbing hills, man, I'm so used on that old city. Actually on this one it's easier because it's 46 to 16 as opposed to 44 to 15 on the yellow old city. And I did notice, you know, that this one is a bit more comfortable on when climbing. Yeah, so now I don't think the traffic should be crazy, as crazy as it was a couple of hours ago. But again, once I go on that road, and if there's a car coming from this way, and there's a car behind me, they won't be able to pass. It's too narrow. But I don't want to do that crazy. Well, maybe I can go on my T trail, because there's a sidewalk, right? I don't know. Okay, screw it. We'll go on the MT trail, the longer way. Because there's a sidewalk here. So basically the same way I came, except I'm not gonna go on that Matami trail in the middle where I went through some stadium with people walking dogs. Yeah, last time what I did, I got off the bike over here and I just carried it. I carried it over and then I went that way. Oops. You see? But this way it goes this way. And I think I'm the only guy. Actually, I saw another guy. I saw a guy in a fixxie in downtown Calgary. And I know it's a fixxie because he was pedaling all the time, even going down. Okay, start slowing down. No pedaling. Yeah, these brakes, of course, you know, the only cheaper part on this bike compared to my old city is that it has regular side brakes, whereas my old city is disc. I think those are better, but you know, these are like old school. I think I came from there. Not too sure. I think it's the wrong spot. Oh, it says Matami Trail that way. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, this is the right spot. That's where I came in. Okay, my bad. So now I'll be switching to Airport Trail sidewalk over there. And it's interesting that there's a field over here, and there used to be a road, but they eliminated it. Otherwise, this would be a shortcut towards what shall I call it? Yeah, that's it. So now I just have to again figure out a way. Come on. Son of a gun. And of course he doesn't want to stay in that position. There you go. Got it. Actually, yeah, these are more of a hindrance, I would say, you know. I think I'm gonna take them off. Because of course the idea is that you can pull using these straps, but for that to happen they have to be pretty tight. And if I make them tight, when I have to stop at the set of lights, I'll fall down because I won't be able to get my feet out unless I just had a brainwave, unless I learn thank you, unless I learn how to stand still on a bike. And that's possible on this one with a fixed gear. It's much easier than on a regular bike. So maybe let's try it right now. No, I'm afraid I'll tip over. Yeah, okay, so those are the lessons learned today. I have to move the handlebars, the tip closer to me a little bit. And I need a new saddle. This one is definitely not good. Maybe for short runs, but it's really hurts. And as you can see, everywhere, whenever you look, there's construction. Construction. More cardboard houses are on the way. Calgary, they say, is the fastest growing city in Canada right now. These narrow handlebars, you know. I don't know, somehow I like the wide one on the All City, but I like this one too, because this feels like really like as if I'm racing, you know. And it's so responsive. It's like it's a joy to ride. Thank you, xFixxie Bikes out of Markham, Ontario. You make a good product. Just maybe charge $100 extra and use disc brakes. That would be my recommendation. And slightly wider saddle. Okay, so I have 12 cans of bubbly or bubble, and I have 8 cans of Perrier, all sitting at the bottom of my refrigerator. So that's gonna be my drink today. The plan is to get addicted to carbonated drinks. That's my new addiction. That and the bike. Alright, so this is the dangerous part. I have to go on the road, but it has a pretty wide shoulder. Oh, and then I can probably go, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go on the Cityscape Boulevard because there's less traffic there. Oh, and I can hook up with the same, yeah, I'll take the same road back where that bike path is. See, I'm slowing down with my feet, trying to push the pedals down when they're trying to go up in the back. So yeah, this is Cityscape Boulevard. The Starbucks where I used to spend lots of time. Not so much lately. Now remember not to turn too sharply, otherwise I can hit the ground with my pedals. Yeah, I see here there's less traffic. And then we're gonna hook up with the Mattamy Trail.